Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering the top 5 long-range meta guns to be using in Warzone 3 after the Season 2 Reloaded update. Now, I'm pretty sure that we're all very well aware that there were a ton of nerfs and buffs in the Season 2 Reloaded update, so there is a massive overhaul in the long-range meta that I just need to share with you guys. So if you guys are looking for the new fastest killing assault rifle, this is the perfect video for you. Alright, so if we actually go ahead and take a look at true game data, I've taken all of the top LMGs to battle rifles to assault rifles and narrowed it down to about 5 weapons and which ones are the top competing ones. And the ones after the Season 2 Reloaded update that had the best damage statistics were the Bruin MK9, the MTZ-556, the Ram 7 still, but we do have to talk about that, the SVA-545, the SOA Subverter, and of course an additional secret meta gun that I'm going to be showing you guys later on in this video, which is a really good honorable mention. Now if we take a look at the TTK chart right here and we set the location to combination, the fastest killing gun even after the nerf is the Ram 7 up to about 43 meters before it has its major damage drop off, which is still very good depending on the mode that you're playing. If you guys are playing a mode like Resurgence, the Ram 7 might still be the gun for you, whereas if you guys are playing a little bit more of a range game, there is going to be a bunch of different metas that you guys can go ahead and try out. As you guys can see right here at the distance from 26.67 meters to 31 meters, the SVA 545 actually beats the Ram 7, which is very surprising. So with that being said, I mean, we're just going to go ahead and get right on into the Ram 7 class setup right here. The muzzle, we're going to be using the Cases brake for that horizontal recoil control and firing aiming stability. This is by far the best muzzle that you guys could be using on the Ram 7. It just feels so good because a lot of the Ram 7 recoil vertically gets canceled out by a bunch of other attachments, but it's very rare that you guys find horizontal recoil attachments, and the Cases brake is going to reduce that horizontal recoil by a whopping 18%. So this is a very important attachment to have. For the barrel, we're using the Cronin Headwind long barrel for some more bullet velocity and damage range, make it so that we could take out enemies at longer range engagements, and some aiming idle sway and firing aiming stability. Now if you guys want a little bit more of a recoil control build, then you guys can control the Ram 7 as easy as I can or other players can. The barrel you guys are probably going to prefer is going to be the XRK Core Mark 40 heavy barrel, because this barrel actually gives more recoil control than damage range, but the Cronin Headwind gives a perfect mix of both, I feel like, so this is why I use it. But on the barrel is going to be the Bruin Heavy Support Grip, giving us some gun control, aiming idle sway, horizontal recoil control, and firing aiming stability to give us some more recoil control. Magazine 60 round drum, because this is the highest ammo capacity you can rock on this assault rifle, and has a super fast fire rate, so you're definitely going to need it. And then the HVS 3.4 pad for some more gun control and recoil control. Really good assault rifle, still holds up very well in the meta. If we go ahead and take it into the firing range and we shoot it at the glass, as you can see, the recoil goes up and to the right just very consistently. It basically does not change whatsoever. So to cancel that out, we're just going to pull down and to the left whenever we shoot our dummies. So we're going to go ahead and shoot them with 3 plates on, so you guys can see a accurate representation of what the TTK is. Still really fast, and if you guys look at the dummy over there, that is going at like beyond 50 meters almost. So this is about the distance that it would start to drop off after the Season 2 Reloaded patch, and it is still, as you can see, very consistent, feels very good. And overall, I think you guys should go ahead and give this class setup a go. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys all the attachments and the screenshot right on over here. Alright, so now let's go back to true game data. The second place is going to be the SOA Subverter. Now, one thing about the SOA Subverter is that it does get outbeaten at about 25 meters by a lot of these other guns, but it maintains its damage range the best out of every single gun, going up to about a 858 millisecond TTK at beyond 68 meters, which is really impressive. But of course, I mean, before every other range, the Ram 7 is going to beat it, the SVA is going to beat it, but once it hits that sweet spot of 43 meters, it beats the Ram 7 10 out of 10 times, and every other gun for that matter. So the SOA Subverter is a really good battle rifle, but it just plays more range better than it does up close. So you guys, if you guys are playing in Resurgence, you guys might find more of a benefit using the Ram 7 than the SOA Subverter. If you guys are playing something like Ranked where range matters a lot more, or if you guys are playing Urzikstan, the SOA Subverter is most likely going to be your meta. So let's just get right on into that class setup right here. We got the SOA Subverter, we got the Zen Compensator, which is going to shorten our radar ping so that way we don't show up on the minimap for long, but we are still going to get some vertical and horizontal recoil control with some firing aiming stability to get rid of that gun kick that this gun has, because it is a battle rifle. You're going to be using the Dozer 90 long barrel for some bullet velocity and damage range, firing aiming stability, gun kick control, and recoil control to cancel out some more recoil. Bruin Heavy Support Grip for some more gun kick control, aiming idle sway, horizontal recoil control, and firing aiming stability. 50 round mag, because this is the highest ammo capacity that you guys can be rocking on this battle rifle. And then of course the Motion V2 Heavy stock stock for some more recoil control and gun kick control. Now, if you guys don't really care that much, because this is an iron sight build, I'm going to go ahead and take it into the firing range. This is the recoil pattern right here. It goes a little bit up to left, then right, and then left again, and then it just stays there. So, you know, you're just going to cancel it out to the right, and then the left, and then the right, and then the left, and then the right, and then the left, and then the right again, and it is absolutely golden. But I mean, I know a lot of people don't like iron sights, even though this is one of the cleaner iron sight builds that we've had. I know a lot of you guys want to put on that new jack glassless optic because it just looks so good. And in this case, the heavy stock gives us a 10, 12, 12, and the Bruin heavy support grip gives us a 10, 12, 4. So right here, it makes sense to get rid of the Bruin heavy support grip because it is going to give us some firing aiming stability, which we are going to be getting back with that new jack glassless optic. So we're going to go ahead and take this off because the Motion V2 heavy beats it. We're going to put on the jack glassless optic, which is going to give us some firing aiming stability and a really good clear sight picture. And then you guys are going to go into the firing range, and as you guys can see, it looks and feels just absolutely incredible. Really good, clean iron sight. Absolutely zero recoil, just as the last build had. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys both builds right here, and you guys can go ahead and take a screenshot of both and give them both a test for yourselves and see which one you guys actually like more. Here's going to be the first one, and then of course here is going to be the second build right here. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take it back to the TTK chart really quickly, and as you guys can see, the third place spot, still holding strong, was one of the fastest killing assault rifles before Season 2 came out. It is going to be the SVA 545. This AR has been super consistent across the board since the release of Warzone 3, so the fact that it is still in the meta is absolutely insane. It is super impressive, and you guys are just going to have to give it a try for yourselves. As you guys can see, its TTK at the beginning is going to be 713 milliseconds, and it does drop off quite a bit, but it doesn't start to majorly drop off until you reach about the 45 meter range, meaning that this is a good option to be using for resurgence and those close quarter engagements. So we're going to go ahead and get right on into it. I think you guys will really love this build, and we are going to be using the jack glassless optic again in this build. We're going to be using the VT7 Spitfire suppressor so that we stay undetected by the radar whenever you fire our weapon, making it harder for enemies to track us down and pinpoint where we exactly are. And with this, we're going to be getting some more recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range, which is super important for this assault rifle. For the barrel, we're going to be using the STV Precision Barrel, giving us some more aim out of sway, bullet velocity and damage range, gun kick control, and recoil control. For the underbarrel, we're going to be using the Bruin Heavy Support Grip for some more gun kick control, aiming out of sway, horizontal recoil control, and firing aiming stability. Pair that with the 45 round mag because this is a perfect middle ground of the highest ammo capacity possible and the lowest, so that way you guys don't lose too much on that ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, or any of that good stuff. And then for optic, we're going to be using the jack glassless optic for some firing aiming stability and a clear picture so that way we can fire at enemies without struggling to see. Now, the good thing about this SVA, because of this jack glassless optic, is that it qualifies for a very good sniper support. So if you guys are looking for a AR sniper support hybrid, this is a very good gun for you. As you guys can see, the recoil is going to go up and to the left. So to cancel it out, super easy. You guys just go ahead and cancel by shooting down and to the right, and you guys will be absolutely golden. SVA feels really good, especially with this new jack glassless optic that they added back in. Definitely in the meta. I personally don't use it, but if I were going to use it, I wouldn't be against it. It is a really good and consistent assault rifle across the board. Whether you're using hyperburst or tap fire, it's still really good. Give this class setup a try, and then I'm going to chase things down in the comment section down below, and here is going to be the screenshot for that. Alright, now trailing for the SVA 545, we're going to be taking a look at the MTZ 556. Now, there are a few things that I do have to mention about the MTZ 556. As you guys can see, its base TTK is 740 milliseconds, which is pretty good. It's within the meta range, but you guys see it does fall off when it reaches beyond 48 meters, and the Bruin MK9 actually is better for those farther range engagements. So if you guys are playing something like Resurgence, you guys will most likely benefit using the MTZ 556 more than you guys would using the Bruin. But once you guys get into those farther range engagements beyond 50 meters, the Bruin is going to be absolutely shredding, guys. I mean, you guys see the difference right here. Once it drops off, the Bruin just picks up. I mean, the MTZ 556 is beating the Bruin at a whopping 795 milliseconds, and then the moment that it drops off, the Bruin is beating it by 897, and then the MTZ is going to be 962. That is almost a 100 millisecond difference, which is going to be the deciding factor on if you lose or win those gunfights. So take that as you will. The next gun that we're going to be going over is going to be the Bruin, if you guys are more interested on that. Both of these builds have absolutely zero recoil, so you guys are definitely going to want to give them a try. But let's just go ahead and jump right on into the MTZ 556 class setup. which is going to be the Zen compensator, which is going to shorten our radar pings whenever we fire our weapon, give us some vertical and horizontal recoil control, and some firing aiming stability. For the barrel, we're using the drifty heavy long barrel for some more bullet velocity and damage range, aiming out of its way, gun kick control, and recoil control. Pair that with the Bruin heavy support grip, giving us some more gun kick control, aiming out of its way, horizontal recoil control, and firing aiming stability. 50 round mag, because this is the highest ammo capacity the S can be rocking on this assault rifle. And then of course the EXF close quarters assault stock for some more recoil control and gun kick control. This is an iron sight build, but the reason why I made this an iron sight build is because you're able to put on all recoil attachments, making it super easy for you to cancel out and control that recoil. So as you guys can see, it's going to be down to the right and then down to the left for the rest. Let's go ahead and take a look at how that is. Feels really good, feels really solid. You can really feel when you need to start pulling down to the left as well, so it's not like you're just waiting for it to happen and then you get caught off guard. But if you guys want, of course, you get to go ahead and take a look at the stats. EXF close quarters gives 9, 14, 14. Bruin heavy support grip gives 11, 12, 4. So you guys can take off the EXF close quarter stock, put on the Jack Glasses optic, because I know a lot of you guys love this optic, and then boom, you have a clear precision sight picture. You have some more firing aiming stability, and overall it's just going to be easier for you to take out enemies at longer range engagements. But go ahead and give both of these class setups a try. Both of them are equally very good, and I highly recommend that you guys give this MTZ 556 a try, because not a lot of people are. And then I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the second build right on over here. Alright, now next we're going to be jumping into the Bruin. As I said, the Bruin has a pretty formidable starting TTK. Not the worst, not the best. It starts at about 757 milliseconds, but the Bruin got a recent buff in the Season 2 Reloaded patch, making it very good beyond, like I said, 48 meters. And right here, especially at 31 meters, it is also very good. It picks up and beats the SOA Subverter at 31 meters, and it's just really good. You guys are going to have to definitely give this a try, and we're going to build this one a little bit differently than most people would. Now, typically people would put on the 60 round magazine on the Bruin, and you could still definitely do this, but as you guys can see, if you put on the 60 round mag, the trigger response time gets dimmed down. You have a lower magazine capacity, and it is just much better to use these attachments on something else to help out with your recoil control or gun kick control or bullet velocity, because the Bruin does lose a lot of bullet velocity in comparison to other guns. The Bruin just overall is not that hit scan. You have to lead with this LMG quite a bit, so don't worry, I went ahead and fixed that in this class setup, and I'm going to definitely tell you guys why this is a very make or break attachment. So first of all, for the muzzle, we're going to be using the VT7 Spitfire suppressor, which is going to keep us undetected by the radar whenever we fire our weapon, making it harder for enemies to track down where we are exactly when we're shooting at them. Recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range. For the barrel, we're using the 23-inch XRK Horizon barrel, giving us more bullet velocity and gun control and recoil control, which is going to make it easier for us to cancel out the recoil for our weapon. For the underbarrel, we're going to be using the Bruin heavy support grip for some more gun control, aiming out of its way, horizontal recoil control, and firing aiming stability. And then this is it. This is the secret attachment that you guys are going to want to be putting on your Bruin that is going to make it really good. Now, usually people would be putting on the 60 round mag instead of high green rounds, but if you guys put on high green rounds, you guys get a plus of 15% effective damage range, 15% minimum damage range, and then 15% bullet velocity. Now, you do take a little bit of a hit to recoil control, but our fifth and final attachment is going to be the Jack Glasses optic for some more firing aiming stability and a clearer picture. And as you guys can see, as soon as I go into the firing range, we're going to go ahead and let the recoil speak for itself. It's literally just up and to the left, meaning that all we're going to have to do to cancel it out is just pull down and to the right. And as you guys can see, this Bruin has absolutely zero recoil. It does not have any recoil whatsoever. I can even take out the farther target with absolute ease. And keep in mind that the high grounds are supposed to lessen your recoil. It's supposed to make it harder to control, and I'm having absolutely zero problem just keeping my optic on the enemies and tracking them perfectly. Now, if you guys do want, of course, you guys can take off the high grounds, you guys can put on the 60, and then you guys got the OG Bruin from Modern Warfare 1 and all that, but it's just not as good when it comes to tracking people out of the sky or at those farther range engagements. You're trading out bullet velocity and damage range and consistency for a 60 round mag when you really do think about it. So I'm going to go ahead and put both of these builds on. I think that you guys are much better using the high rounds, but of course it is way up to personal preference. And I mean, just let me know what you think down in the comment section of both of these builds. And then here's going to be the other one that I was talking about with the 60 round mag. Alright, now you guys are probably thinking that this is the end of the video, but I got one final gun, one secret gun that is underlooked in the meta quite a bit, and people actually prefer to use it as a sniper support a lot. So this is a little bit of a secret sniper support for all of you guys who are using a sniper. I highly recommend that you guys give this build a try because it will absolutely not let you down. And this secret gun is of course going to be the BP-50. Now if we add this to the graph, as you guys can see, the BP-50 actually is smack dead in the middle between the SVA-545 and the SOA Subverter in terms of TTK. It has a starting TTK of about 700 milliseconds, and it maintains its damage range really well up into about the 30-meter range, and then it starts to drop off pretty drastically, but it is still under the Bruin LMG, which is an LMG. The LMGs are supposed to hold their damage range very, very well, and the fact that the BP-50 holds its damage range right under the Bruin and actually beats the Ram 7, beats the SVA-545, and beats the MTZ-556 beyond that 40 to 50 meter range is really, really impressive for a DSC assault rifle. Now, a lot of people use this gun for close range engagements. You guys have probably seen videos on the strafing build. You guys have probably seen videos saying that this is the FFAR, like what I have said in my past videos. But I actually think that this is one of the best sniper supports that you guys could be rocking in the game. So we're going to go ahead and go over to the gunsmith, and I'm going to show you guys the build that I got right here. We got the Zen compensated flash hider, which is going to shorten our radar pings whenever we fire our weapon, and it's going to give us some vertical and horizontal recoil control and firing aiming stability. For the barrel, we're going to be using the Lore 9 heavy barrel for some more gun kick control, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil control, and firing aiming stability, making our weapon just feel that much better. For the underbarrel, we're using the Bruin Heavy Support Grip for some more gun kick control, aiming out of the way, horizontal recoil control, and firing aiming stability. 45 round mag because it's the highest ammo capacity that you can be rocking on the assault rifle. And then of course the 4-bearer heavy stock for some more recoil control and gun kick control. We take this thing into the firing range. Like I said, really good sniper support. We're going to go ahead and fire it right here. Let's see the recoil pattern. Literally pretty much straight up. You guys just have to pull down to the left a little bit, but it is pretty much straight up. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the TTK is looking like, how the recoil control is looking like, and I mean, dude, this thing just looks and feels absolutely incredible. That 45 round mag is a little bit of an issue at times, but I mean, like I said, this is pretty much a sniper support. You guys are gonna have no problem getting all up in that business, you know, getting all close and personal. You guys can slide around, get in those close range gunfights. You guys are gonna win. You guys can get into those far range gunfights, and you guys are going to most likely win. This is just overall a really good assault rifle, and I highly recommend that you guys give this build a try. I can gun enemies up close, far, it really does not matter. So let's just go ahead and get right into the build, and you guys can copy it down and give it a try for yourselves. There you go. You guys are all caught up on all the fastest killing long range metas in Warzone 3 after the Season 2 Reloaded patch. I hope you guys did go on to enjoy this video. If you guys did, I highly recommend that you guys go down below and drop a sub with the post notifications bell turned on so you guys don't miss future uploads, because you guys are not going to miss what we have planned here on the channel. We're going to be coming out with a close range meta video very soon. So if, like I said, if you guys don't want to miss that, subscribe. We do everything Call of Duty here, from statistics to gameplays to reactions. It all happens right here on the channel, and you guys are not going to want to miss it. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Later.